Bit young for it to be a Winston, but
Hello, miss. We're out at a match at the sports field. I just came back to check on the boys.
Boxer, San Francisco PD.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh.
Were you looking for Cadet Adams?
Yes, Winston Adams. He didn't show up at roll call. I was furious. But then at the match, they were talking about a body.
a sexy body.
I'm afraid we found a boy wearing Jackson Moore shorts. It's a forbidden brand. I think it might be Cadet Adams. Of course, we need to get you to identify the body, Mr.
There were so many penises drawn on his pants.
Reynolds, can't you read? It's right under here. Soccer team coach. I can't believe this. I've never even had a kid seriously injured in my care. Well, what happened? Someone said he fell off a cliff.
Looks to be the case.
Oops.
Oh yeah.
That looks like the case, but we don't have the facts yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You have a lot of facts there, Reynolds.
Yeah.
What will I tell his parents?
That he ejaculated a lot. I mean, what?
Mr. Reynolds, would you have any reason to think it might not be an accident? Any trouble in the team?
It seems to be like some sort of school camp where they're playing soccer.
No! Nothing like that. I have to call Lieutenant Colonel Burns. He's the school's commanding officer. I'm sure he'll take the next plane. Excuse me, please.
So you reckon his first name is Colonel?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, he's a suspect.
He seemed genuinely upset and surprised to learn of Winston's death.
You'll tell his parents not to look at
Claire.
the pink art on his pants. Oh, Claire.
Hi, Claire. It's Linz. Could you do me a favor? I have the body of a young boy at the Presidio. I saw a lot of things that I really liked. It looks like he fell from the cliffs, but I'd like to make sure on this one. Can you come?
I can always come. Of course. I'll be right there.
He plays three
Yeah, that's the
different
one.
people.
He drew cocks on his clothes all the time.
Oh, good. I am the player character now. I need to examine this body and see if I find anything that would make me suspect it wasn't accidental death.
Oh, thank goodness somebody who's actually good at voiceover can take over. Ugh.
That blue tongue is not a natural color. It could be from something the victim ate, like oh god, like pussy. Knowing Lindsay, she's already figured it out.
Oh, God.
Oh, that swelling and discoloration along the neck. Oh, Grandma knows all about swelling and discoloration. I'm 99% sure that the cause of death was a broken neck on impact. At least, it was fast. Grandma doesn't like fast things. Oh, that boulder looks a little out of place there. I don't see any traces of blood on it, but the tide might have washed it clean. It's possible it was dislodged in the fall, but I doubt it. Oh, his fingers are badly crushed. Yet he didn't land on them. Grandma sat on them. Oh, we'll collect that fiber and test it. I hope it's fibrous. The body has a number of new-looking scrapes and bruises. That's not inconsistent with a fall. Allow Grandma to touch. Oh, it looks like ink. I can get a scraping of that in the lab.
Oh,
There are blood streaks on the cliff. If that blood is Winston's, it proves that his fingers were crushed before he fell. I'd better take a sample.
no. I got my trusty swab. about wrapped it up.
Yes, I make sure it's always wrapped up, if you know what I mean. But send the boy to the morgue. I want to run some tests there.
Got a spoiler for me?
Ha! I'm not satisfied that he fell. You can read all of the juicy details in my autopsy report. My erotic autopsy report.
Alright, I'll see you later, sweet girl. Baby girl. Ring you for a booty call
This
later.
says, I'm loving the chill porn groove in the background.
Oh,
So
yeah.
appropriate.
What?
Oh, we got a new machine.
Crying out loud.
We got a new machine for typing blood and testing substances. It's one of those horrible shooting machines.
It's just as fucked as the last one.
It works well, but I hate our new system of sharing chemicals with the lab next door. Sometimes it's hard to find what you need.
You're sharing
my
chemicals
God.
with next door? What happens if they contaminate something?
Oh, Grandma
Goodness.
likes sharing. Sharing is caring, you know.
Okay, FS4...
FS476. That stands for fucking shit.
One more.
Oh,
There we
there it
go.
is. 152. Oh,
There it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6,
Everyone's
9,
really
2.
craving sushi right now.
Oh, 6, 9, 2.
Yeah.
Grandma likes sushi.
Yeah.
Oh, blood type AB.
Winston Adams' blood is type AB. Now I need to run the test again. This time on the blood I found on the cliff top.
Why is the blood purple?
It's Klingon blood.
5,
5, 6.
Six,
Oh,
five,
down the
six.
bottom.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 292, 296. Oh, yep. Yes, let's see what happens if I mess it up. Oh,
It was down.
it goes down. Wait, that.
And so does Grandma.
How dare you?
You love it, Grandma.
656.
Grandma doesn't go down.
Bottom center.
Go on.
If you have to ask, you'll never know. Found on the cliff top. Oh, I missed what I said.
Oh, sorry, I
It's the same one.
Yeah, same blood. Have to
Someone
get a DNA
stepped
test.
on his fingers.
Yeah.
Here's my. Here, let me read you my autopsy report.
Mm-hmm.
On the victim's right hand, there were multiple bruises on the fingers and bloody fingernails. Ugh. The victim's fingers were essentially crushed. Alright, I'm not going to keep reading this. It's too erotic. I cannot contemplate.
We don't want another Twitch strike.
Oh. From the tool.
Whoops.
Let me just make sure there's not a cutscene first.
Oh,
Cutscene first, and then we'll read it. And here comes Lieutenant Colonel Burns. Dave, one for you.
Oh. Thanks for coming out and meeting me, Detective Boxer. The death of one of my students is top priority. I wouldn't want to lose any time.
That's you, Pickle.
Oh, shit,
Yo,
this is me.
Yeah,
I
that's the
appreciate that, Lieutenant Colonel Burns.
Are the police confident it was an accident?
Well, frankly, no.
Somebody stepped on
I'm
his foot.
taking this very slowly, innit? I'm shocked these findings seem a little inconclusive, innit?
We just started our investigation. I'm sure that as we proceed...
Well, you are looking at me very intensely there, love.
They didn't colour in her eyebrows.
But our cadets are due to return tomorrow night. The news has made the parents particularly anxious for that to happen, isn't it?
I'm sure, but we can't.
In the interest of time and as a matter of due diligence, I'd like a second opinion, a military autopsy, that I will perform myself, without any credentials.
Wouldn't that slow things down?
No, that'll be bloody quick. I know people at Travis Air Force Base that'll have a table ready for me. I'll give you a report in 24 hours.
You're a very efficient man, Lieutenant Colonel Burns.
In more ways than one, love.
Oh.
A deaf one of my cadets has my undivided attention, especially if there's any evidence against me.
You do understand that the SFPD is under no obligation to allow the additional autopsy or to accept its findings.
I've already spoken to your superior, love. He's assured me of a joint cooperation.
Ah, cool. You're not afraid of getting wet, sir?
I was going to say you're a bit rude with that fucking umbrella there. There are two of us here, you know?
Very well. While you're arranging that, I would like to question the cadets as soon as possible.
I'll go a roll in the morning, innit?
Yeah.
Off a trot.
Lieutenant Colonel Burns arrived. He insists on doing a military autopsy. My boss being all about cooperation, I knew I had to agree. This morning I'll question the other boys.
Oops,
How's
don't
it
forget.
going, boys? The child's tomb lay in the northwest corner of the western graveyard, partially obscured by the low branches of the overhanging tree. The stones said the child's name was Hiram, and he died around the age of 6 months. Rosella read the tombstone and then began to dig. After digging for a few moments, her shovel turned up a small silver rattle mixed with the dirt from the grave. It must belong to the unfortunate child. Rosella took it, thinking she would place it in the empty cradle, thinking it would quiet the crying ghost. She then returned to her digging and reached a tiny pine box holding the child's remains. She forced herself to open it. It contained the sad remains of a child's burial clothes and his bones, which would have been undisturbed until now. Look what you did, Rosella. Look what you did! That was all she found. She closed the coffin and left. She would refill the hole later. No, she wouldn't. Rosella returned to the house with the silver rattle, dodging zombies all the way, with the scarab protecting her. They were more a nuisance than a real danger, but their touch was cold, unwholesome, and thoroughly disgusting. Like too many cats in a house, they were always underfoot. The cradle continued its ghostly rocking side to side. The crying still filled the air. Rosella polished the tarnished toy as well as she could with the corner of her skirt, and carefully placed it in the cradle. In the instant, both the rocking and the crying ceased completely. Peace returned to the deserted house. It was replaced by the terrible noises from downstairs.
Ooh.
Gong me.
Calling us out.
I was enamored with the story.
Yeah. Look at these 3D boys.
Who's got
Oh my
Burns?
god.
Okay, so I know this terrible accident with Winston is about to blow you all. I mean, blow on you all. I mean, blow to you all. as has been to me, but I want you to know that we'll get to the bottom of this. Miss Detective Boxer from San Francisco Police, please give her your full attention, as if you wouldn't have been giving it to her. Anyway, never mind. Full attention, boys.
Full attention.
Good morning. I'm sorry about your teammate Winston. I could use your help as I investigate exactly what happened to him. It may have involved neon pink penises. I have some questions.
We actually get to ask
Everyone-
questions.
Ooh.
Oh wow, a dialogue
Wow.
you are.
How
Yeah.
adventure gamey.
Mmm.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh. He scratched his
Jack
bloody
boy.
nose. That was a tell, wasn't it?
yeah. Oh, click on the question and watch for one of the boys to answer, then click on the boy. So let's. It was him.
No.
Oh. Oh, he left early. Most everyone was
weird,
asleep.
you're
I heard
right.
him get up. I opened my eyes. He was getting dressed. I went back to sleep. Decided to jerk it later. He was planning to joke
Open my
with
eyes.
someone.
I watched him dress.
Ma'am, I'm Lionel, the team's captain. Winston Adams was a new member of our team and somewhat of a loner. He didn't joke with anyone.
I saw him at the National Cemetery the day before. He was acting funny, like maybe he thought he wasn't supposed to be there. I said hi, but he was just kind of weird, so I left.
Cool.
Went and got some Chipotle.
Well, he did fall the day before, true. He fell during practice and scraped his knee real bad. It was a bit of a klutz. I'm sure my shoes aren't gonna match up to the crushed bones on his hands. Nobody answered!
Nobody answered. Ooh.
Did Winston always get up early? No!
Mm.
Anyone just leave the barracks early that morning? we all get up pretty early and everyone's going to the latrines to wash up or going to workout or breakfast. We have a roll call at 8. How did Winston fall during practice, boys? I can answer that, ma'am. He was on the back of the pack, riding after a ball. He sort of tripped over his own feet and fell.
Tripped over his own balls, huh?
He went out running the next morning with a badly scraped knee. Oh!
Oh!
That's quite a macho thing with the boys. But they take pride in playing and training while banged up. Winston was trying hard to improve his game. Maybe he thought he had something to prove.
Yeah.
Like how big his BP was or something.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Nick, that this boy's already got a receding hairline.
Wait. What did you say? Maybe he had something to prove, like what?
Oh, the size of his PP or something.
Yeah.
And how good he banged it.
What happened?
It's a macho thing, isn't it?
Yeah, macho thing, yeah. Well, what happened after Winston scraped his knee?
He sat out on the bleachers. Later, he showed me his balls. They were painted with blood. That was cool.
So Winston made a Winston?
Oh, God.
A Wilson. Winston made a Wilson.
Was Winston having problems lately? No problems that anyone's known, man. Sorry to interject, but it seems like Winston was just tired and wasn't watching where he's going. Could happen to anyone.
All right, now all of you take off your pants, and whoever's pee-pee is painted purple, that's the culprit.
All right, lads. 10 o'clock drill, you know what to do.
The bug next to Winston usually slept later than me.
Thank you, boys. If anything is something later, come and see me personally.
Ooh.
Waiting.
He's gonna turn pickled up a bit. He's a bit soft.
Must resist.
Alright, boy said he went up alone before everyone else. He'd scraped knee.